everybody, welcome to another episode of Non-Scripted Ramblings. I'm Kendall Richardson. Thank you so much for joining me as I continue my journey through history, and we are almost at the halfway mark now. Can you believe we are almost halfway done? This is crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. And today I'm going to be talking about one of my favourite songs off the History album, and that is the 7th track, Money. This is a song that I've always adored ever since I was listening to the album when I was a kid. I've always loved this, and the main reason I love this song is just the chorus is my favourite thing in this entire song. Yeah, there's so much more I love about Money, which I will get into, but what first drew me to really liking this song is that chorus. It's a classic Michael Jackson chorus. It's catchy as all hell. It's got beautiful vocals on it, incredible background vocals. I just adore it through and through. It's such a great hook. It really gets stuck in your head, and it's just so nice to listen to, the way his voice sounds as he sings the words. The lead vocal, the backing vocals, all the layers in there, the richness of the sound. Said it once, I'll say it a million times. Literally my favorite thing is just the way he does background vocals. It's just on another level, really, for me. Oh, it's so good. But continuing my thoughts on that, I love the way the chorus builds each time you go through it. There just seems to be more and more to it, more and more layers added, more and more vocal tracks put upon it, culminating in the epic final chorus, which just goes on and on and on for feels like forever. It's probably only like a minute and a half, but it's so good, and it's perfect because it really helps to reiterate the message of the song and, what Michael's trying to get across to us with the words and the lyrics, and just repeating the same words over and over again in that final chorus. And then with the added background vocal of Money Makes the World Go Round, which I didn't pick up on when I was 7 or 8 years old listening to it. That was something I discovered a few years later when I was a bit older and listening to it again and again, just hearing it in the background, because there's so much going on that it's a sensory overload listening to that song and to that chorus. So, picking up on that later on was a joy, and I love, that's just the whole message of the song. He's just the whole thing, again, it's continuing the overarching theme of, of injustice and corruption and greed and the awful way he was treated. And money was a big part, obviously, in why 93 happened and why subsequent allegations have happened against Michael Jackson. It's all about money. People want money from him. They take advantage of his good nature and his kind heart. And we have these awful, tumultuous results that have just ruined his life. And, this was the first time that had really occurred in 93, and money was the driving force. I don't want to get too much into that whole thing, but, the family was after money, the father was after money, and they ended up getting a settlement for a certain figure, which has been disputed over the years, so I won't comment on what I believe it to be, but I don't think that's the point. Michael's lawyers did advise him at the time to pay, to keep it from going to court, which was, in hindsight, not a great move, but is what is. He's innocent, and he was proven innocent again in 2005. So, and we're at the 15-year anniversary of that this month too. So June is just a huge month in terms of Michael Jackson. Always has been, always will be. But yeah, regardless, money was just, clearly on Michael's mind when he was crafting the concepts and the songs for the History album, and this was, it's kind of fitting that it falls almost in the center of the album because it is was the center focus of what drove those allegations. So yeah, and the lyrics are great, and it's such an interesting choice too, because Michael is kind of rapping on this song. Like, it's not proper rapping, but he's speaking the lyrics in the verses, and it's a voice we've never really heard him use before. I mean, it's similar to, I suppose it's similar to the Dangerous song, the verses in that. I mean, that's slightly different as well, but this is, you know, I guess if you had to compare, anything close to would be the Dangerous verses. But there's just something different, I think, about the way Michael raps or speaks the words here in Money. And the lyrics are so great and so powerful. And I love, you know, I love the message, and I love the music behind the whole thing as well. He wrote and composed this song. And yeah, it's quite obvious. It's a very, you know, signature kind of, you know, it's a Michael Jackson song. Like, you listen to this, and if you took out his lyrics, you would, like, his vocals, you'd be like, oh, this is a Michael Jackson composition. Like, it's very clearly him. But yeah, I've just always loved it, and every time it comes on, I'm always singing along, I'm always grooving. Like, it's just a jam for me, and it's another piece of catharsism in here. Like, it's just so nice to just kind of really belt out I'm not going to sing, don't worry, you're not going to have to listen to that, but, you know, just to really get into the words he's saying and sing it along with him, or rap it along with him. It's just great. And yeah, the whole thing, it's awesome. I don't really have anything else I can say about Money, so if there's anything I've missed that you guys felt I should have talked about with it, let me know in the comments below. If there's any trivia on the song that you guys might be aware of. I did try and do a bit of research on this before pressing record, but I couldn't really dig up anything. This is probably the first track I haven't really been able to find too much about, which is a shame, but yeah, if anyone knows any more about Money, could they, comment below, let me know your thoughts as well, if you like the song as much as I do, because yeah, it's definitely one of my favourites from the History album. So yeah, I think that's it. Those are my thoughts on Money, guys. If you haven't ever heard the song, because obviously it's an album track, go check it out. It's awesome. It's such a banger. I adore it. So yeah, that's it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I've been Kendall Richardson, and you've just experienced non-scripted ramblings.